Today I'm bringing to you Girls with Razor Hairs by Suzanne Young. And this is the second part. The first one was Girls with Sharp Sticks, and I have to say that I love the first one. We in the first one it has this very eerie atmosphere where we aren't really sure about anything. I mean, we have this school that only caters to girls, and you are very unsure about what's going on because they kind of train the girls to be a certain way, to act a certain way, to just use makeup and style themselves just to be beautiful. And there's like these big parties in which they flaunt the girls to people called the investors, and you don't know if the girls are just regular girls or maybe are they clones or what the hell is going on. And when at the end you discover what's going on, it's like yeah, at least it was for me. Also, I think the cover it's gorgeous, the cover of the first one, as is the cover of the second one. So if you haven't read the first one, just stop watching my review because it's going to be spoilers about the first book. So yeah, if you haven't read the first one, I repeat, just stop watching the review because I'm going to be saying spoilers about the first one. Okay, you're still here, so let's go. Here we find again the girls. They run away from the innovations school and they are trying to find their footing. We're going to find a group of girls that are dealing with trauma about everything they went through, and also coming to terms with the fact that they are not humans, that they are artificial intelligence, but with human bodies and human organs. And so it's like they are in this very complicated place in which they are happy because they managed to escape, but they are also confronted with the reality of who or what we are. And also, I like the idea that during the book, we are going to find the girls dealing with trauma and fear and post traumatic stress in different ways. And I think that it's a very needed thing because this book talks about abuse, about using girls, about rape, about sexual harassment, about tons of things. And I like that it is not dismissed. I mean, I wouldn't have believed the characters so strongly if they were like just, oh, okay, that happened, but we are going to fight and we are going to be better for it. No, I did like that they had fears, that some of them need to double check the doors, that they are closed, that they are secure, that some of them cannot sleep without the light on, and that they have nightmares because it's very real. If you go through trauma, if something happens to you, it's not as easy as just flip the page and everything is forgotten, but it stays with you, and in some ways even when you get over it, it in some ways has shaped you to be in a certain way. So I did like that the author didn't try to sugarcoat these things. So yeah, for me that was very good. Also, as they say here, it's a thrilling story about a sisterhood smashing the patriarchy. I have to say that when I began reading the first one, I I don't know what I was expecting to find in the book, but I got way more than I bargained with. So I did love that we have these girls who are trying to find themselves, and that they make us think about the patriarchy and the place of women, girls on it. So in this book, we are going to find them. The story is going to continue from the first book, and they are contacted by Leandra, and they are tasked with this mission of finding one of the funders or one of the people who give money to the school. And they have to go to high school, and they have to like sort of infiltrate, and they have to look for the son of one of the investors, and they have to to try to seduce the son or whatever they need to do to gain more information about this person, about this investor, and know who he is, and so they can talk to him or whatever it's needed. I'm not going to explain very much more about the plot because I want you to to be surprised with it. And so some of the girls go to school try to infiltrate high school, and some of the girls just try to learn more about how they are built, how they work, and just try to work with everything. So in this book we are going to find lots of things. I did like the part about high school because we are going to find things about racial differences. Sydney has darker skin and she's a woman, she's a girl. I say woman, but in the book they are girls, and she's going to have to deal with misogynists and also with racist people. So she's going to be seen as less because she's a woman and because she has darker skin. And having been brought into the academy, into the school, they didn't know about these things, but they weren't awakened enough just to begin thinking about what it really means to judge someone because their skin is different than yours. So we are going to have lots of that here. Also, we are going to find lots of things about how sometimes guys think they are funny when they are harassing girls. When they say a compliment and you don't smile back at them, you're a bitch. I think that if the people who are watching this video are girls, women, they understand perfectly well what I am saying. And it's that like they have this entitlement of being, guys. How many times we have heard this expression, oh, they're just guys. So yeah, we want to see your panties. Oh, you have a gorgeous ass. You will be beautiful if you smile. And all those things. And it's like I'm just walking through the street and I want just to be left alone. And okay, you're a bitch. All these kinds of things. We are going to find all these kinds of things in this book about how in high school all of this happens, and maybe older men and older women see that, and it's like, okay, I want to say something, but we were the same when we were younger. That's perfectly normal. That's perfectly healthy. And obviously, it isn't. And this book makes you think a lot about the fact that some things come from nature and lots of things come from nurture. And we really need to stop allowing guys to be like that. They need to see women as people, as equals. And also it talks about this sentence that I had heard more than once, that okay, now I have a baby girl, now I get you. So you had to have a baby girl just to understand us. So if you're a guy and I don't know, you don't have a mother, or you don't have a sister, or you don't have a daughter, you don't see us as humans. So we are going to have this book. It makes you think about all those kinds of things, about about the macho theory, about where guys have the rights to do everything. There will be lots of reflections about the fact that sometimes when women speak up, they are not believed because probably they're liars, or probably they were searching for it, or probably they were sluts, or maybe they were drunk, or maybe their skirts were too short, and all of those things. And how sometimes it's needed that a guy says, hey, yeah, that happened, and then they believe the guy but don't believe you. And I mean, like, what the fuck? What's wrong with society? And it really worries me that it's something global. I mean, I can read this book here and I can feel it because it's something we have seen. And I think that you can read this book in any part of the world and you will understand, because it's something that happens to all girls and to all women. And it's really, it's like they say, okay, I don't know, it's crazy. It's like when you are in a path or whatever, and a guy comes to you, and a guy comes to you and begins talking to you, and you say, I'm not interested, but he keeps digging on you, and then suddenly you say, I have a boyfriend, and they go away. And it's like, okay, so I need to be a property. I kid you not, the other day I was walking down the street, and a man came to me and say, excuse me, are you married? And when I say yeah, he say, oh, okay, and he left. So had I say no, he will keep harassing me. I mean, coming to me and asking me if I am a man's property. It's a way to show you what? That, I feel like so objectified, and I think that all women around the world know about it. So I think this book, it's very amazing because it deals with all these topics, with the idea of having these girls created in a lab, model it after some kind of beauty ideals, but also with a programming that makes them be caregivers or seductresses or just rebels or whatever. So it's very hard because it makes you think that there is a part, some part in this world, in this fantasy world that the author has created, where women are created to gather to be exactly what a man wants. But there is there is a point in the book in which it makes you see that even in our society, women are expected to function or to look in a determined way. You have to be beautiful, you have to be amazing, you have to be insecure, but you have to be secure, you have to be strong, but you have to be weak, you have to be able, but you have to be unable, you have to wear makeup, you don't have to wear makeup, you have to be thin, you have to be fat, you have to be whatever it is the man that it's looking at you wants you to be. So in a way, it's like we are all this conditioned to be what's expected of us as women. It's like, and this book just smashes all these things and tells you, okay, we need to wake up from that. Men need to stop seeing us as objects. They need to stop being free to do whatever they want. There's men and women alike have to stand up and say, this is enough. When you see something that's wrong, someone harassing a woman, someone harassing a girl, you have to say, okay, this is enough. And the society needs to change radically, because if a girl says someone has abused me, someone has touched me, someone has raped me, you have to at least concede the benefit of the doubt and not live in a society where automatically the girl is lying and the guy is the right one. So no. So this book makes you think about all these things that needs to be changed, and it does so putting us in this kind of dystopic futuristic world in which we have these artificial intelligence girls walking among the humans, and I think it's amazing, and I think that you really need to read this book. So yeah, if you like books about androids, about I don't know how to talk about artificial intelligence, if you like dystopic books that have both feet firmly planted in reality, if you like to question the patriarchy, or if you're a guy who wants to know more about what we women face every day, I think that this book is for you. I think it's very enlightening, and I just happen to love Suzanne Young's works. I also read the program, which I also recommended. I think I made a review some time ago, so yeah, just pick this one up because I think that you're going to love it. So thank you for watching, and forgive all my spoken typos. So bye.